Exercise number 7 of level 5 is in our pullover sit-up family of movements. It is a get-up family of movements. We will get down to the ground. We will do our pullover sit-up. In the previous level, we had done a leg thread. In this level, we will take that leg thread, drive our hip up, and end up in the bottom of a lunge. Then sit all the way back down. Getting up and getting down off of the ground with different objects in your hand is a base human athletic skill, and you should be incredibly good at it. With this one, we are going to alternate our lead leg, even though the weight will stay in the same hand. So we will be doing an ipsilateral and a contralateral version of the exercise at the same time. To get down to the ground, step back with one knee, put it all the way on the ground, hand on the ground, sit your hips all the way down and through. With this pullover sit-up, drive your spine back so that your lower back touches the ground first. Keep your core on so your head does not fly back and hit the ground. Keep this on the entire time. That's for safety. Let the club drift back behind you. That's going to try to pull you apart. Resist it. Pull over sit-up, leg thread. Pick a knee to start with. One knee goes through. We're going to drive up, knee on the ground. Rear leg hip folds underneath. The hip bowl will turn. Sit your hip down on the ground. Your tailbone should end up directly behind this lead leg heel. Feet out, get down, other side. Resist extension, head doesn't touch the ground. Pull over, sit up, leg thread, drive up. As you drive up to the top, finish your hip. Point both feet straight ahead. Rotate it back, sit down, tailbone ends up behind that lead leg heel. This is our leg thread position. Leg comes back out, get down, don't hit your head on the ground. Club starts between the feet. Non-dominant hand holds the handle. Dominant hand holds the end in tiger claw all the way around. Get back, pull over, sit up, right leg, drive up. Pivot the leg, drop the hip all the way down, 2 feet flat. Pull over, sit up, resist extension with the core, head stays off the ground. Sit up, rotate the rear leg, pivot, sit all the way down, pause, 2 feet out. Pull over, sit up. When you have completed the reps, set the club down directly in front of you with good technique. Your breathing will evolve on this exercise. Eventually it will become one exhale all the way up. In the beginning, put an exhale at every point where you're not tracking the movement. The exhales are there to slow you down. If you're reaching the edge of your endurance, slow down, exhale more. Your body will naturally inhale for you. This really helps to be on some type of pad in the beginning so that people putting their knee down on the ground and learning to drive their hip forward don't end up grinding up their knee too hard. The hard part for most people is that leg thread that we practiced in the previous level. Heel close to that glute. People will have to play with the placement of this front foot, and it might have to reach out further forward for you to get over the hip. Drive the hip up, square the hips straight ahead. That rear leg pivots down, sit down. When that happens, you might need to drag that lead foot with you to get both feet back to square. That's fine, it's an experiment. You've built all of your pullover sit-up to get you to this point. In the beginning, the weight will help drag you up onto that knee. Pivot that hip straight ahead. Feel that hip rotate inside the joint. Get all the way back. Sit down gently. Gently is the key goal here. We're learning to get up and down off the ground without getting hurt.